today. It's Tuesday, so I know you were expecting Tea Talk, but Mr. Ray Holiday is out at the Love and Hip Hop reunion, so he's going to be bringing us back all that juicy tea to spilleth next week. This week is a special report, all centered around the Kevin Hart cheating scandal.
The tea is piping hot in this one.
Tea is piping hot, and the tea hath spilleth over.
Yes.
So we are reading questions and comments, as always. So make sure you guys are chiming in on this conversation with us, because there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to get into. I know you like our new set. Do we feel chick-chatty, darling?
I feel ready to chick-chat, darling.
Are you ready to chat?
I am.
As you guys know, I am Shamika Sanders, your entertainment editor.
Hi, I'm Keyaira Kelly, your staff writer and producer.
Now let's get into this story. Okay.
Oh God.
It's so much to unpack.
Where were you Saturday night when the news dropped? Where were you?
Yeah, I was. Apology. So for the back history, if you don't know what was happening on Saturday or Sunday, Kevin Hart just put out an apology on his Instagram page, and he was apologizing to his wife and children about his behavior, about he's better than this, and it was such a cryptic message because we didn't know what actually was going on.
Nothing.
So then moments later, TMZ releases a report that Kevin Hart is reportedly being extortionized. What is the word?
Extorted.
Brain freeze right there.
Yeah.
Extorted for allegedly having a sex tape with another woman.
Tisk.
Oh, tisk.
And so he went and he told on himself.
Yes.
Which we can just break that down in itself. Because how many men get caught cheating and all they can say is, wow. Like we were literally talking about how this would play out, like, not in a celebrity setting. And we thought it was so weird, like, just thinking of him as a husband, that you try to get in front of the story and tell on yourself, when we just feel like most black men would come on home.
Yeah, and be like, babe. So I have a theory about this. I think that what happened was TMZ contacted Kevin and was like, we have this story about you. We're about to drop it, which is pretty, normal in the journalist world. Yeah. And he was like, okay, PR 101 is to get ahead of stories so you can control the narrative.
Right.
I think Kevin Hart, thinking about Kevin Hart and his money and his team, sat down and was like, okay, so let's get ahead of the story. How are we going to do this? How are we going to shape this narrative? It's going to be that I'm being extorted. Yeah. And I just didn't appreciate that he took it to social media first just to get ahead of the story. And I was like, did you think about other people? Did you think about your wife? Is this a decision that y'all had? Or were you simply doing it just because you were worried about the popularity and worried about the mainstream audience that you have? Yeah. So let's see these questions and comments, guys. Yeah. Let us know how you feel about Kevin Hart's apology before we even knew what the story was. Yeah. And also, let's take it back because this has been brewing for a while.
For a long time. And if you guys recall, I know we covered it on Hello Aniko, on her anniversary with Kevin Hart, she basically was just like, 8 years together, 1 year married. And, the internet kind of started going, honey, that doesn't make sense. Your timeline is wrong because he's only been divorced for 6 years. Yeah. Everyone knows about the terrible divorce that Kevin Hart went through with Torrei Hart. And it became his comedic material that basically aided him to rise to this fame that he has now. Like, he basically used his marriage as a punchline.
And also basically used his wife as a wife. She was his wife. And Kevin Hart we always criticize him the most because he always calls Aniko his rib. Oh, God. So to take it back, the rib would be the woman who was with you when you had nothing, when y'all were down in the trenches, she had your babies. This is your rib, essentially.
That's in the Merriam-Webster dictionary. That is the definition of a rib.
That is the definition of the rib. Yes. So Kevin Hart decided that he was going to call Aniko his rib, and I guess maybe she was feeling very rib-like, and she went and a commenter had wrote under her Instagram page saying, well, he said something to where she was prompted to respond. Very uncharacteristically, because that's not really her to actually come out and respond to these people. Yeah. So they did, and she outed herself, essentially. Then she outed herself as at such a terrible time because Torrei Hart was like, we were just together. Yeah. We were just doing so much.
We're co-parenting.
Yeah, we're co-parenting. We're in a pretty good space, as good of a space as you could be as Torrei Hart, watching your man with millions and another little girl who's like half your size. So I'm looking at these questions and comments. Hey guys, Crystal Bell says damage control, head them
off at the pass. So like cut him off
at the pass. Yeah. So this is what he did. But was that selfish of him? Was he just simply thinking about his career
and his money too.
And his money, and not worried about like, how do I handle this like a real man? Like, how do I get into this and not be like, well, I'm just not giving this girl any money. So that's what it is. Yeah. Alfreda Yancy Brown, when you cheat and break up someone's home, someone is going to break up yours. Karma.
Ooh. Ooh, child. That's basically what all of the internet was saying this weekend, is that basically you reap what you sow. And because the timelines are so mismatched, it is clear that there was some kind of mistress cheating situation that ended up creating this marriage that he has with Aniko.
Yeah, so let's take it back to a couple of months ago when Kevin Hart was spotted leaving Miami residence at the wee hours in the morning. He was with a young woman. We don't know if this is related to this story, but there were rumors of him cheating months ago. Yeah. And we did cover this on HB.
Yep,
and he denied it. He kind of laughed it off.
He did. He took to social media again. He loves taking to social media and said, all we can do is sit back and laugh. But now the internet's laughing at you,
It's like, joke's on you, bruh. Yeah. And then he's been parading around. He even kind of foreshadowed this whole thing with the interview he did with The Breakfast Club. And he was talking to Charlamagne, and he was just like, I would be stupid to cheat because social media and then cameras and all of this, which all brings us back to the footage in question that dropped yesterday. It was leaked. It's on HelloBeautiful.com. Yeah. We linked to the video because we can't, post stuff like that. We are a classy ladies, we're a women's site. But I seen the footage. We both watched the video.
We watched the video a couple times.
I mean, I had to figure out what was going on because I was writing the story.
Was like, come over here, Keira. Tell me if what I'm looking at is really what I'm looking at.
Yeah, so on this footage, it starts with a dark-skinned man and a woman laying in a bed. It's blurry. As I'm like, do people use iPhones? Do they believe in landscape? I don't know what's happening.
It was like a 1990 Nokia.
I don't know what was happening. Like, it must have been behind something so that it could be disguised. Yeah. So... so it starts out like that, then the scene switches, and you think you're looking at a bed that's shaking, and you hear motions, and you're like, I'm hearing sexual sounds. Yeah. But then you will notice, the camera is pointed towards a mirror. So what you are watching is a mirrored reflection of what's actually happening on the bed. So once you realize that, you will see that two people are having sex in the distance. Yes. And then the scene switches, and a man walks across the bed, and I can't say that it's Kevin Hart.
We cannot. This is all allegedly,
reportedly, claims, accused, allegations. It does look similar to Kevin Hart. Like, I can't say it's him for sure. But after hearing that he has an apology video out, that he's trying to be extorted, it would make sense. Yeah. Just going to plant that seed right there. Yeah. But then the kicker is at the end of the video, he's actually messing with two women. Not one.
It's no good.
No. So Danielle Jacobs says, true, you lose him how you get him. Yep. Oh, she thought, I'm sorry, we're reading this little small text. Oh, she thought she put it down too good. Girl, bye. Side chicks never know how it feels until it's your husband.
Oh, no. Ooh. Okay. Sharonda says he should have just kept it real with himself and stayed single. I agree, actually, and I'm just going to link that back to Torrei Hart. She recently weighed in on all of the allegations and all of the claims and kind of gave her perspective on whether she thinks it's true. Yeah. In an exclusive with Inside Edition, she talked about her marriage and said it was filled with lies and deceit. Yeah. And at one point, the interviewer asked her, like, Torrei, do you think Kevin is capable of cheating again? And she said, if it happened to me, it can happen to anybody. Yeah. And, as every wise old black mother says, once a cheater, always a cheater. So.
And that old, if you get them how you lose them, or you lose them how you get them.
All of it.
And I actually have to admit, I did not think that Kevin Hart was cheating on Aniko.
I wouldn't have thought so either.
The way he paraded her around, like she was just a glory of the behold the sunlight of Jesus, and calling her his rib. I really didn't think she was cheating. By the way, she's also really pregnant.
Yeah, but
really pregnant.
But one thing that I will say is kind of tried and true. Whenever people feel like they have to parade their relationship on social media so hard and so heavy, a lot of times there could be deception laced within all of these public images of perfection. Yeah. And so I kind of feel like their bubble of perfection got broken over the weekend because. Anytime you see someone putting so much out there, going so hard, this is my rib, this is my rib. Yeah. Overcompensating. That's exactly what it is. And that's how I felt about it, too.
Yeah. Can we get into some more of these comments? I want to see what our readers are saying. Make sure that you guys are sharing this post. This is a hot topic right now. Yeah. So I'm seeing Roxanne Paris says, Torrei is so hot.
She is
hot. So let's talk about Torrei for a minute. Okay, because we were talking about how the Lord will validate you. So, as a woman, and I'm sure we've all been there, imagine seeing your man go off to be rich, and you were with him when he was struggling the most.
She met him when he was selling sneakers.
That's what she said, and they were both in drama class, so she's an actress, a trained actress too. Yep. Imagine having to see your man get successful, go off, and be with the woman who's who looks like that type of woman that the rappers and the people like these days. Yeah. Be with your kids, and have to watch it play on social media and also be the butt of his jokes that continue to sell out his tours and concerts.
It's terrible.
And then to also be like, I can't believe that this is my life. To watch it but look how the Lord will provide.
Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord.
The Lord came down with a light and said, you be patient, my sister.
Ooh,
be patient,
you better preach on today.
Yes, I'm going to give you a big-backed man because Kevin Hart was this old tiny man. I'm going to give you a big-backed man.
Yeah.
And then we're going to slowly rebuild your confidence. We're going to have you come out with her hair care line, which is what she was promoting on the Inside Edition episode.
Yeah.
And you will reap the benefits because guess what, boo-boo?
Yeah.
You thought, because we all have that moment that we're just like, is he going to be different?
Like,
I warmed up this
God.
pot.
Yes.
Is he going to be different for this woman?
Yeah.
Girl, he ain't different.
He's
out
not
here doing the
different.
same thing, and you just dodged a bullet.
He's
you know
not
why? Because you
different.
got that alimony and them checks that come in for child support, and you can go on a vacation with your big back man.
Yeah, I think for any woman who's been cheated on or left for another woman, we all saw ourselves in Torrei to some extent.
Absolutely.
And look, I am a girl's girl. I ride so hard for women. But I think where my split came with Aniko was when she started saying that Torrei is not a victim.
Yes.
And once you start coming for another woman within a situation that's already uncomfortable, I have to kind of look at you for a second and be like, okay, girl, hold up. And I get you were pregnant, a lot of emotions going on. But for me, I just think, and a lot of women, I think we looked at Torrei and we saw ourselves in that situation.
Absolutely.
And we were kind of happy for her, not because a family is being destroyed potentially. That's not why we're happy.
No.
But we're happy that she can see that she didn't actually lose anything.
Yeah.
You know, like everything is coming back to her in some way.
Because we all remember those moments when you crying and you're just thinking about the next woman being with the man that you broke your back for.
Yes.
And her reaping the benefits. So now the Lord came back
The
and
Lord.
was just like, I will provide.
Yes.
You guys are laughing at us and saying preach because we've all been there. And, you know, and I will even stick up for Aniko, who is pregnant right now. Yeah. And my problem was, too, like you were saying, was just that I feel like Aniko started getting into that dangerous territory. One, she was clearly messing with a married man. So your karma's already a little bit shot. But when you start going and parading it around and doing all of these things
and
to
slamming
hurt
the mother,
the woman, that is an issue, okay? So don't do that. But I do feel for her because she is pregnant. And then you got to walk outside your car with paparazzi
and your face.
Your old belly. Sia saying it was all part of the plan. And Nico knew she was marrying and played along with the rib stuff so she could set herself up for a big check when he did what he does.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
that is a theory.
Wow.
That is a theory.
Alfreda came back and she said he'd been doing it. He just got caught. People don't change overnight. Well, that's very true. Tessa says, Torrei is gorgeousness all day, and she's slay. We need to, like, have a patron saint Torrei Hart something.
We're going to have
one on site just because we're just, like, right now, we're like, you were being redeemed for us all right now, woman.
Yes. And we're living vicariously through you, Torrei, because we've all been there. We all know. Yeah. So, you know, I just leave it going in the comments and read all the stories on HelloBeautiful if you need any more information on this. We're going to follow this story down to a T because, child, the tea is hot.
It's hot,
It is so good.
Yeah, it is so good.
And the Lord will provide.
Yes.
That is the story in all of this. Catch Tea Talk here next week. We have a special guest. Of course, Marlo Hampton came through. We'll be back next week, and Ray will be back with all the tea from the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood reunion.
Ooh, I can't wait to tune into that.
That's going to be fun, guys. Yes. Okay, so we'll leave all of those links in the comments for you. Keep it going. We're reading it.
Keep talking. We're still talking.
Yes, we are.
Y'all keep talking.
Exactly. So bye, guys. Have a great day, and keep reading.